Hey guys, this is Candle, and welcome to a new collection update, a new gaming pickups video. It's been a little while, it's been a few months since my last one, and I have a decent stack here. Some of these I've played, actually most of them I've played, some of them I haven't. So we're actually going to start off with today's pickups, which I haven't played, or at least not these versions of. That would be the Metroid Prime Remastered. This is the physical version, which just came out today. And definitely glad to take a look at this because everything I've heard says it's really, really good. I always kind of struggled to get into Metroid Prime, partially because of the controls. Like, even on the Wii, I struggled a little bit with that. So I'm definitely looking forward to giving this a try because it's supposed to control a heck of a lot better. Unfortunately, my Switch Pro controller kind of crapped down on me. I gave it a static shock zap, and my shoulder buttons no longer work. But I still have my Joy-Con, so we'll see how well it works with that. Something else I also picked up today, and I have not played this version of it, is the Assassin's Creed Ezio Collection. This is Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations, all three games starring Ezio Auditore. I've really enjoyed these in the past, but I never played the remasters, so I definitely want to give that a try at some point. With this, I think the only Assassin's Creed games I'm missing on PS4 are the Rebel Collection and Valhalla. I do have Valhalla on PS5, and then I have the separate games in the Rebel Collection, Rogue and Freedom Cry elsewhere. So, just glad to have this in my collection now. Something else I got in my collection, I had to go on eBay for this, and I got a sealed copy, which has since been opened, is the Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition for Xbox One. This was one of the only versions of this game I was missing on Xbox. The only other version I'm still missing, and same on the PlayStation 4, is the Ultimate Collector's Editions for each system. Probably never going to have those. Those are like super expensive. I haven't even looked to see how much they are now, but they were like $300 plus, and they were limited edition back then. But the reason why I got this sealed on eBay was because, well, it's the Royal Edition, so it comes with the season pass plus all the Royal Pack contents. But it's all DLC. None of it's on the disc, so it came with a download code to so that you could claim them. I wanted to make sure that the code was going to work, so I ended up picking up a sealed copy, and have since opened it so that I could add that to my Xbox. Definitely glad to have that. Really looking forward to Final Fantasy 16 later this summer. But keeping the Final Fantasy train rolling a little bit, Theatrhythm Final Bar Line. This just came out. This also came out on PS4. I have not gotten the PS4 version yet. I will eventually, because Final Fantasy is my ultimate favorite franchise, so I want to have all the copies I can eventually. But until then, we have Theatrhythm Final Bar Line. I'm really, really enjoying this. It's really, really good. It's a music rhythm game. If you ever played the Theatrhythm games on 3DS, it's very similar to that. And eventually, part of the reason why it doesn't say Final Fantasy, it says Final Bar Line, is because it's not just going to be Final Fantasy by the time it's done. It's going to be a whole bunch of other Square Enix titles in there as well. But it starts out with just Final Fantasy. So far, they've added a Saga DLC pack, which includes games from like Final Fantasy Legend on the Game Boy, as well as the Saga games, because the Final Fantasy Legend 1 through 3 on the Game Boy are actually the first three Saga games. They were just released as Final Fantasy games here in the West to try to market off the brand. But yeah, still really enjoying this. Here's the only other game I picked up that I have not yet played, and it is in fact still sealed, and this is Fire Emblem Engage. I've heard good things about this. I struggled to get into Three Houses, but I have enjoyed other Fire Emblem games in the past, so I'm looking forward to this. But the reason why I haven't played this yet, and the reason why I haven't even actually opened it yet, it's still sealed, is because I tend to do one game of a specific genre at a time, and I've been playing through Age of Wonders 2, which is a turn-based strategy game with RPG mechanics in it. I've been playing that for the channel, and this is, well, it's a turn-based tactical RPG, so I haven't been able to give this a chance just yet, but I am looking forward to playing it eventually. I do have one big retro title going, and it is Power Quest for the Game Boy Color. This was actually the very first Game Boy Color game I ever owned, way back in the day, and I eventually traded it in and have kind of regretted it a little bit ever since. So this is a 1v1 robot fighting game where you've got like little mini robots that fight each other. And you can see on the back here, what it actually looks like. This actually works on both the Game Boy and Game Boy. Game Boy, Game Boy Pocket, and Game Boy Color, and of course, all the Game Boy Advances except for the Game Boy Micro as well. And I always kind of sucked at this game, but I'm still glad to have it back in my collection after all these years. Alright, so 3 more games to go through. First up is Elden Ring. This was Game of the Year last year, and because of that, I eventually picked it up. I've never really clicked with FromSoft games, and this is another one where I did not click. I had hoped I would because I heard that, it was much more accessible than past Soulsborne FromSoft games, and that, it was open world as well. But unfortunately, I just did not click with this. It's the high difficulty. The fact that it's like getting hit in the face with a brick wall over and over and over again, and I just don't really much care for that. So I don't know why I keep coming back to giving these games a shot. But I ended up not really getting into Elden Ring, unfortunately. An open world game I am getting into, though, is Forspoken. This one has been much derided for its writing, but it's really not that bad. And it's actually a pretty good game, pretty fun. However, there is a massive ton of cookie cutter objectives in the open world, and so I'm thinking of just starting to just like mainline the main story, and that's about it. Maybe do a few of the extra side things, because there's a shit ton to do here, but it's still a lot of fun to play, and either way. And then the last game here to talk about is the Dead Space remake. Oh man, this is actually really, really good. I would even say it's better than the original. I played the original back on the PS3, and this is just so much better. It looks better, it plays better, sounds better. It's just better overall. Not to mention, and I mean, the original was already a really good game, but this just makes it so much better. So definitely, if you have a chance, pick up a copy of Dead Space and play that. It's available on PS5, Xbox Series, PC, and I think it's also available on last gen systems. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. It might be next gen only, so or current gen only. But anyways, that is it for this group of games. I will see you guys next time, where we will have even more to talk about, especially since Octopath Traveler 2 comes out in a couple days. But until then, I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Please remember to comment, rate, and subscribe.